What's up, everybody? How's it going, my people? Welcome to Exploring Ka. My name is Ra Castaldo. I'm here live. It's a little bit warmer today. How's everybody doing out there? Let me show you guys my favorite tree. Well, one of my favorite trees. This thing is huge. This is at my dad's house. Soaking up some of the sun as I'm doing a little meditation. I had to come let his dog out, but you could see the plasmic energy coming down from the sun. Even when I went to North Salem, you could see the energy burst coming to the sun, to the rock, like it was designed for some sort of plasmic interface of energy. And it is very tall, maybe almost 100 feet tall or more. I had an experience with this tree when I was a kid. My mom put a face on this years ago. I can't believe it's still on there. My mom died in 2011. This has still been on there for so many years. But I actually had an experience with the auric field and some sort of creature that came out of this tree that looked like a humanoid plant being with like long stringy wings and arms and all sorts of things. It was like the astral attachment to this tree. Well, I wanted to talk about a quick topic that is one of the most interesting topics in the world to talk about, and that's what happens when we die. It goes into the other world. I mentioned a week or two ago some stuff in one of my videos, and I had people email me about it so I can elaborate on it. So I will be doing a more intense discussion on that, hopefully later today from where I live at, so I can have a better live feed, a better stream, and I could do it more appropriately. But I thought it would be cool real quick just to touch on some stuff and give you guys a heads up that we're going to be doing a discussion about this. Even my buddy Paris Tosin, he I don't know if he saw that I was doing a video about this, but he the other day did the video about some of this topic as well, and it's something that I've been intimately connected to because I had a near-death experience when I was younger. And let me see who's in the live chat. Hey, Jessica. So it's a intense topic that there are certain laws to the universe that cannot be broken, but there's also things that can be bent, rules that can be broken, rules that can be exceptions to the rules. So nothing is like set in stone in this universe. So let people know that there's no set of laws. There are like universal harmony laws, but the laws have been broken before. Laws have been exceptions to the rules have been meant. So there's no set in stone. I don't think, like I was thinking, like if there's set in stone laws, I don't think anything is really set in stone. And some things, there are exceptions to some rules. There are very interesting things that we can't explain. And I've had experiences, and from my research, I know that I am connected, and certain research that I've done from certain experiences and visions I've had is that I believe that I am connected to a group of psychics where it's a universal connection. We're all universally connected to the Akashic, to the eternal memory of our multiverse. So anybody who has spiritual experiences can tap into the collective memory. But in specific, I do feel I'm connected to a group of sages that have been from all over the world, including India, including Mahatmas. And, I've made certain decisions in my life that has prohibited me to even reach my highest potential, like us all. And I believe that I had capabilities of climbing to a high spiritual level in this life, and I'm only just touching on some of that power and knowledge. But from what I've experienced, I've had people in my family prematurely die from either suicide or death, and friends of mine from either murder or suicide or death or drug overdose or cancer. And it's very, very interesting. Now, you'll see in the title of this video, Dhyan or Dhyan chohans or chohans. This is a term that we'll see in the Theosophical Society. A lot of Mahatma sages that a group of theosophists were channeling, even Madame Blavatsky, Colonel Olcott, all of these uh, people that traveled to India and the surrounding territories to get knowledge from the sages and to experience other world visits. Now, there is a price to certain other world visits and research, especially if you go about it a certain way. In fact, Madame Blavatsky's whole health declined and her whole body was taking on some of the effects of some of her work. And if she was to drop dead in the middle of writing one of her books, that would almost be seen as a suicide in a way, because the information that she was obtaining, she was doing it in a way that was not healthy, and her health, her physical health, was some of showing there was some of the protruding results of what was taking place higher dimensionally with her. And I've had visits from her when I was younger at the Well of Sheshna. I had a time jump, literally, that I've talked about before, that we can go into later on. But when someone, so those Dhyan chohans, let me not get off topic, those are looked at as celestial beings, celestial creatures. And if someone is of good ego and of good and pure soul, when they die, they we all get stuck in the atmosphere. We all get stuck in some sort of maya or illusion for a short period of time. But those that die good and pure deaths, and are from pretty much good and pure souls, they will be watched over and they will dream good dreams, maybe even a little bit of a life review, but they will be watched over by these celestial creatures and make sure that they dream a pleasant dream until it's time for action, until it's time for them to move on. Souls that die from their own hand prematurely, from suicide or murder or from accidents. Now, this is a very touchy subject, because an accident that was caused by one of your actions, your evil doings, whether in this life or or a previous life, this can lead to various things happening to you. You get caught in the maya, a nightmarish illusion, a nightmarish battle. And what's very intense is that some of these can become pasachas. I don't know if I'm saying it the right way in Indian, or in Sanskrit. This is like a disembodied spirit, or some sort of demonic entity, and they can get lured to us. Now, this is the problem with mediums. This is the problem with the seances that were taking place all those years ago at a high rate. It was very popular for seances. People that die from either suicide, premature death, accidents of their own doing, they can get caught in the maya. They can deal with a level of illusion that could make them into some sort of disembodied spirit. And mediums that try to connect and try to touch with this spiritual energy, this disembodied energy. Whatever cravings and corrupted thoughts and thoughts that are in the mind of the medium, the pasachas, or the disembodied spirits, can take on aspects of those cravings, and there is a price to pay for experiencing the other side this way. And they can communicate, because they're stuck within our atmosphere. They're stuck within our other layers of this environment, and they're stuck here for a period of time that I can't say for sure how long. But those that get lured and contacted and experience visits through mediums is a real problem. I mean, when there's a seance, there'll be more spirits in that room than there are people. Okay, they know they're looking for the communication, and they're looking for some sort of activation, because they're stuck within the Maya. They are stuck within the supernatural illusion. And it's like I said, it's a complicated topic. It's very complicated, and like I said, there's exceptions to the rules. There's all sorts of exceptions that happen, so nothing is pretty much set in stone. But there are, um, you know, especially when stuff's done through violence. When something's done through violence, it's uh it's very interesting. And good and pure accidents, they sleep in the akasha. They are ignorant of their change, and sometimes there's when someone dies a wicked and impure death, and this is violence, murder. Some sleep, while others turn into the nature pisachas. And pisachas is spelled Pisachas. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but this is used um, in some Buddhist beliefs, Theosophical Society for sure, Hindu beliefs, and the nature pisachas. They basically derive a whole new set and new all sorts of new skandhas. Now, skandhas are cravings, and they get these from the medium who attracts them. And this this fate is the most deplored in spirituality, the most feared. This is the most wicked. And when there is a seance or something like that, or a medium trying to contact this is very, very, very harmful. I mean, it can cause a whole monster to appear, and that medium will give that disembodied spirit or pisachas certain characteristics of its own thoughts and cravings, and or skandhas. So this is a very intense subject, and we're going into it a lot deeper. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you soon. Support me at themysticalspiral.com, patreon.com/themysticalspiral, where you have the most groundbreaking information, ancient info being rediscovered and put to you guys in a whole new and intriguing way. I did another post this morning about the singing snakes and the flying snakes of the Cyan Mountains, the Central Mountains. What's up, Mark? All sorts of interesting daily info on Patreon. I'll be doing a live stream later. Hopefully, I got to do one reading later on, but after that, we're good. I did a very interesting reading last night. I don't want to say the lady's name. She might even be listening right now. But I had an intense viewing of a past life or some sort of past connection to a past timeline of her, and I saw someone kill somebody else and then carry them on their back, and then that became some sort of like demonic growth that they couldn't get off their back until they ran into the river and drowned themselves, like it was a like cement tied to them. Very intense. And we're gonna be dissecting other world, other side contact, and what happens when somebody does commit suicide, or somebody does die from an accident either by their own doing or pure uh, not their fault accidents. And exactly what I was talking about with mediums, it's very, very dangerous for mediums to contact and experience the other side that way. Um, so, if you guys are looking for crystals or readings or tensor tools, Mystical Spiral, themysticalspiral.com is the place to get it. I have world class spiritual tools, and of course, I always have the most interesting info out there. So, join me later on. You could check me live every Saturday night on the Truth Frequency Radio Network at tfrlive.com. You could subscribe at tfrlive.com/Eye of Ra. And yeah, guy, I got dozens of people emailing me every day, so it's kind of hard. Especially a lot of people want to send me pictures of this or show me this and show me that. I can't get to everybody. I would be there all day, and it's not like I'm getting paid for any of this. People just want to talk to me and send me pictures and ask my opinions on this and that. So it's really, really hard to keep up with that. I have a family, and it's really hard to keep up with everybody. So don't get pissed off if I don't email you back right away, or if you really want to have time, you got to book time with me or something like that, because it's very hard. So thank you, everybody, and Spiral out.